and today I went back to school, to high school, and it reminded me about my own high school experience, and then I remembered, I was like, oh my gosh, why don't I take a look back at my old high school journals, and why don't we reminisce? Because I was interviewing a lot of high school players today. I'll insert a clip of that actually right here. Take a look at this clip. I know you want to get to the juicy journal stuff, which we will, but take a look at this. I put together this little game. This was me interviewing high school football players and the cheerleaders. Let's see what they had to say.
The Trojans and Xenia Buccaneers will face off in the second Thursday night lights football game of the year.
And Fox 45's Clancy Burke is in Troy this morning with some of the players and cheerleaders. Good morning, Clancy.
I'm just going to be in that place.
Good morning, Elise. For most of us, high school feels like it was about 500 years ago. So I decided to create a game called Fact or Fiction. I feel like this is just going to really take off and go to the networks.
No, not really, not really.
I say a statement, and then these girls over here and guys over there are going to tell me if it is indeed a fact or fiction. So we're going to start out with Sam here. All right. I don't even remember what I wrote. This was at like 3 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, I wrote actually the weirdest things, as you will see.
All right. Okay, first one. Freshmen get stuffed in lockers.
Fiction.
Okay, I'm really glad to hear that. But let's jump on over to the cheerleaders over here. Each table in the lunchroom has a different clique.
Fact.
Fiction. Fact. Oh, the drama, I love it. Drama in the morning. All right, no, this one's a good one. You look like you'd want to answer it. When the lunch lady gives me my food, she plops it on the plate, like you know in the movies.
Fiction.
Fiction. Do we have any facts over here? Can anyone stand by that? Oh, I was kind of hoping that'd be a fact. All right, what about the head cheerleader and the quarterback are dating? Anybody? Who's the head cheerleader over here? Anyone? They don't. What kind of school is this? They don't have a head cheerleader? No, I'm just kidding. This is a good school. High school is the best time of my life.
Fiction. Fiction. Fiction.
Guys?
It's a fiction.
Well, we are gonna send it back to you guys on a very depressing note, but I don't even know how to come back from that. Just back to you, Greg.
But now, for the moment we have all been waiting for. I have kept journals since 2007. Literally, it's one of my things. I don't know. Not everyone has like so many years of their life just like written on paper, but I do. It's embarrassing. I was a very dramatic human being. I will tell you that right now. These right here are my high school journals. This one, it's like a book, but it got, the binding just got all messed up, so that's annoying. And then I have these. They're all full. This one's my favorite, by the way. Just, gold pages. Anyway, I mean, there's so much I would never read. Okay, I think I'm literally just gonna open up to a random page. All right, this is my 10th grade one. So this was from 2000, either 10 or 11, depending on where. Actually, I started this in 2011. All right, this is, I opened up to May 24th, 2011. Let me just briefly see if I actually want to read this one. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm substituting names. So all names will be substituted. We've got a situation. Possible options of how to handle the John situation. I just put in a name. Situation. I used to like John. He likes me. A lot. I don't like him at all anymore. He's way too clingy. He still likes me. He thinks I still like him. That's a problem right there. Possible solutions. 1. Alright, let's see what... I did not handle the situation right, actually. I remember yeah. 1. Tell him up front. Look, I really like you. You're what? This was not that serious, and I doubt he even liked me that much. Like, he really probably didn't even care. Look, I really like you. You're smart, nice, cute, and funny, but I don't have feelings for you. Honestly, I don't have feelings for anyone. I'm not a relationship person, but I still do want to remain friends. I just don't want to lead you on to something that's not true. And then after that, but do I do that in text or in person? I'm really bad with my words in person, but if I do it by text, when I see him in person, it'll be so awkward. Option number 2, just let it all die down. Stop replying to his messages. Don't flirt. And then after that, but that might just make him try even harder or leave him so hurt and confused. By the way, I ended up going with option 2, which I don't recommend. I always go with that. Okay. Option 3, be so weird and make myself unlikable. And then, but I don't want everyone thinking I am weird. Everyone already does think that. Oh, that was literally it. That was literally the entire, I don't want That was literally the entire thing. Amazing. So I actually decided to flip through a few, and I'm gonna read a really embarrassing one of when I met this person who we will name Tom. We're gonna call him Tom. All right. This is so embarrassing. This was my sophomore year of high school. So, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? So 3 days ago on Friday night, John was having people over for his birthday. At first, I did not want to go. I hate hanging out with this group of people, but at the same time, part of me just didn't care. So I arrive at John's house, and it's pretty boring. Then I go outside, and I see Caitlin and Becky playing volleyball with two guys. I went over to Becky's side and asked to play, and before I know it, everyone is playing. So me and Becky are on the same side as a kid named Andrew and Charles. Becky immediately pulls me over and tells me she calls dibs on Charles. I felt that that wasn't fair, but I was kind of just like, whatever. So we were playing volleyball with everyone, and Tom is on the other team, but I didn't even really notice and or care about him. I had never said hi to him in my life, and this was actually the first time seeing him since blank broke up with him. So eventually all of the people on me and Becky's side leave us, in parentheses, LOL. And so we go to the other team who are just talking and not even playing and tell them we need more people. He yells to Tom, "Tom, be on our team." And I'm pretty sure he said something like, no, I can't leave them. And then Becky says to me, let's go bring him over here. Now, I was still completely uninterested in him, but I agreed, and we charged up to him, and I took him by one arm sleeve, and Becky took him by the other. So we pulled him onto our side and started playing volleyball. He said, "I'm so tired. I had 5 hours of practice today." And I said, "Of what, volleyball?" And he said, "No, baseball." And that is when I started to become interested in him. I told him how I played softball, and it basically just went on from there. At one point, it was just me, Becky, and Tom. So I said that me and Tom had to be on the same team because we knew each other since we were 4, which obviously was not true, and me and Tom crushed Becky. So then I asked if Tom could be on her team, and just as I was about to say, okay, fine, he said no, and that we had to be on the same team since we were baseball players. I agreed as a way of flirting, and we basically just had a really fun time the whole night. As I was leaving, I really wanted his number so badly, but he didn't ask for mine, so I just hugged him, told him it was nice meeting him, and left. What I didn't know was that Rachel really wanted to talk to him and thought he was hot. She took his hat in the beginning of the night, but he kind of ignored her. Anyway, so I went to sleep that night, and then I got a call from Becky at 2 in the morning saying that Tom texted her. At first, I didn't believe it was him. First of all, he was talking about how tired he was that night, and second of all, why would anyone even care to text me? So this is how the conversation goes. Tom, hey, are you with anyone? Becky, no, haha, what's up? Tom, do you know if Clancy thought anything of me? Becky, she thought you were really nice and fun to hang out with. Tom, so that's a no, ha ha ha. Becky, no, I just haven't gotten a chance to talk to her, but I saw she was really flirting with you, and Clancy doesn't flirt with just anyone. Tom, oh, okay, I was going to ask for her number, but I wasn't sure if she wanted me to. Becky, oh, do you want me to give you her number? Tom, yeah, sure. Becky, sent him the number. Tom, haha, do you know if she's up right now? Becky, no, she's not, and blah, blah, blah. But we've been texting ever since, and I think I might really like him. I have never wanted someone to be my boyfriend before, but I think I actually do like him. He seems so, so sweet. Everyone has said nothing but good things, and I find myself constantly wanting to talk about him. And also, he kept bringing me up in school to Jason, so maybe he's interested. He said he thought I was pretty and fun to hang out with, smiley face, but I know I'm not. And I know this is all going to go bad. I know how Saturday will go. Awful. Ugh. And then it ended from there. And then also, if we flip forward to Saturday, actually Saturday was a good day, but then after Saturday, I was like, never mind. Oh, guys, all right, I think, honestly, like, I'm just giving you the juicy stuff. Another funny one, this is when I met a person. Clearly, this was a few months before that, sophomore year. I met a person, we'll call him Dave. We're gonna call him Dave. This is really embarrassing, but I have no shame. So last Friday was cotillion, and I chose not to go. Instead, I went to a basketball game. Originally, Jordan invited me, but I ended up going with Heather, Carly, Nicole, and Nick. So we got to the game, and I immediately sat with Heather. At one point, I went to the bathroom, and as I was walking up the bleachers back from the bathroom, noticing everyone looking at me, I missed the step and fell right on the floor. Everyone, including Jordan, and especially Ken started laughing and hollering at me. I was literally mortified. And at this point, I never even saw David, but he saw me fall and was there. He later told me that. So I got back and I saw this kid, and I thought it was Bruno, who was still really mad at me for tricking him into thinking Nicole's parents are witches. Guys, after I read this diary entry, you bet I'm gonna tell you that story. I forgot about that. I am a freak. So I turned completely around and give him a really long, weird look and then start cracking up. Minutes later, I was told it was not him. Again, I was mortified. Anyway, it turns out that his name is Brohan or something like that, and he was trying to talk to me and get my number. But I turned him down, and then I felt awful and gave him my number to be nice. Next thing I know, I'm outside the school with a bunch of people in a circle. Then all of a sudden, this really hot guy in a backwards Met baseball cap, who I've never seen before, comes over to the circle and says words that shocked me. "Is there a Clancy over here? Clancy?" I immediately spoke up and claimed my identity. Then he continued, "My man Brohan wanted to text you, but he was too scared you didn't want him to." Immediately, I walked over to David and started talking to him as if I'd known him my whole life. OMG. Okay, I didn't say OMG, I said oh my gosh, I'm guessing. I abbreviated it when I wrote it. Oh my gosh, I really don't want to text him or anything, but I'm not a mean person. Like, I'm actually a really nice person, and I gave him my number because I felt bad. But wait, don't tell him I said that. What are you going to tell him? Oh, and as usual, I was talking 500 miles per hour. Then David said he wasn't going to tell him, and he'd tell him whatever I wanted. I was in the middle of talking more about Borhan when I see a head creep around his shoulder. Yes, you guessed it, it was Borhan. I think his name was Brohan. I really don't know this kid. I remember that though. Borhan himself. I immediately started talking nonsense, and when I say nonsense, I mean absolute rubbish. I started laughing so much as if I had just told the funniest joke and started talking obnoxiously loud about a mall. David looked at me as if I had 3 heads, but then noticed Brohan behind him. Then I started making small talk with David, such as asking him his name, what grade he's in, and if he really goes to that school because I'd never seen him around. Anywho's it, I'm so weird. Anywho's it, so then a guy came and told us we had to leave school grounds, so we all walked to the stores. I had also met a kid named Steven who was super nice. Steven, David, and a few other kids went to the pizzeria, but Heather wanted a hot chocolate, so without telling David or Ryan or anyone, we walked to Dunkin' Donuts. The whole time I was gushing about David and so anxious to get back over there and see or talk to him again. But then we went back over there, but when we went back over there, he nor his group of friends were nowhere to be found. I was so disappointed. Eventually, Nicole told me she saw the boys in the pizzeria eating, and I got so excited. David and them came over to us, and once again, we talked more, and then we all of us went to Dunkin' Donuts. I remember telling David how much I hate texting people, with the exception of important people, secretly referring to hopefully him. So everyone sat down, and the table David was at was full, but when he got up to use the bathroom, I stole his seat. So he ended up sitting diagonal to me. He took out his phone, and all I was thinking was, OMG, I need your number. It was almost 11, and David and Ryan were talking about how they had to walk home. And even though Carly said she had called her dad, me and Nicole walked anyway. We didn't leave Carly alone, she stayed with Heather. So I called after Ryan and David, and somehow it worked out that me and David were walking by ourselves, and then Nicole and Ryan, like 6 feet in back of us. At one point, I put my hand out, and it touched a sharp leaf in a bush, and my finger bled so much. Anyway, so then I gave David a hug goodbye, and when I got home, he friended me on Facebook, and then IM'd me and gave me his number and everything. I really want things to work out with David. He seems so genuine, nice, and sweet. I'm gonna go though, bye. Okay, that was embarrassing. High school. Let me know if you want to see more, because I clearly have a lot of funny entries to read from. There's definitely not a lack of material, that is for sure, but I'm gonna go because what time is it? I need to eat lunch. I'm a little bit hungry. When I say a little bit, I mean very hungry. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it'd be funny, reminiscing on a little bit of high school. Why the heck not? Alright, but I'm gonna go. Bye guys.